Frankenstein monster, because remember, Frankenstein is the actual monster in that book, that Frankenstein had to put together Chuck. Because what was the imperative to only have, like, 2 toes? Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Sunday night, and we'll see how the night progresses, chat. It's time for more Phobies action, so let's jump into it. Hope everybody out there had a good weekend. If you're living in the future, I hope that you had a good start to your week. Quick aside, everybody, before we get into the actual content, I was accepted into the Phobies Content Affiliate Program, the content creator program, you might call it. Shout out to the Phobies team, and thank you for that. But the reason I'm telling you, everybody out there, dear viewer, dear listener, is to let everybody know that I do receive some compensation from the Phobies team as a result of being part of that program. Now, I loved Phobies before, and I still love Phobies now, and I expect I will still continue to love Phobies in the future. So look forward to more Phobies content coming from Random's Thoughts. So now, on with the show. It's gonna be interesting tonight, chat. So I did offline, I'm gonna update the starting MMR, because I played a bunch today during the day. Got myself back up to where I am okay with. I'm not happy about it, but I am actually 1 game away from the gold pack as a result, because it was not an easy climb. Reclaiming the points that I just jettisoned into the abyss yesterday. I came up with, as I was thinking about it offline, I actually came to the conclusion this is another video that I think I should do. And I think it's worth talking about, because last night was a good example of not properly dealing with tilt. So I think it's worth me doing a video on it, maybe just talking about my experience with it. Obviously, everybody's different. Everybody's going to have to react to it differently. And there are times when I do need to push through it. And there are times when I need to take a step back and evaluate everything. The reason I'm talking about this, because I was thinking about it earlier today, because I was thinking about fighting games, as I often do, because I don't play fighting games a lot, but I really do like them and I like watching them. So, in fighting games, specifically Mortal Kombat, I don't know if Street Fighter or Tekken or any of the other myriad of games that are out there encounter the same sort of thing, but it's not uncommon for somebody to lose a match. Not the whole match, but lose like a match within the match, because they usually do best 2 out of 3 matches. So it'll be the 2 out of 3 rounds for that game, a match, and then you do best 2 of 3 of that, or 3 of 5, something like that.
Step right up.
Lippy, shut up.
Let them intimidate.
Even when you get rid of the pop-up, he still talks. I actually put in a suggestion in Discord today to put a mute for Lippy. But anyway, so the reason I'm talking about fighting games is it's not uncommon to see somebody lose a set and then, like, maybe really bad, or as in they just get crushed, or really bad as in it's really close, whatever it happens to be. And what I end up observing people do is, instead of taking a break, like, you can't delay the event and be like, oh, I'll be right back, I'll see you in 15 minutes. But you are allowed to, like, take a breather, go back to the character select screen, so it buys you time to think about, why did you lose? What did your opponent do? What is your game plan going forward? And it's something that is very easy when you're not in the moment to say, yes, take a moment, consider what's happening, and then react to it with a calmer, cooler head. It's obviously way more difficult to do that in the moment. And the immediate reaction is typically to dive right back in, and that's what I've observed tons of people do in fighting game tournaments and in other stuff, where it's just they shuffle up for the next game, they immediately hit new game, they immediately jump back in and requeue, and you haven't properly processed all the events from the previous game, and as a result, you're either not adapting, you're adapting incorrectly, or you're just furthering the tilt and not playing properly. Regardless, it's not good. So point is that I've come up with a few rules for myself of how I'm going to handle stuff going forward on the stream, because there are going to be nights where I just lose a bunch of stuff. Like, it's a game that pushes you, the game tries to push you towards 50-50, because it's not pairing me against people that are in, primals, or strangers, or horrors, or heebie-jeebies. It's trying to find other Sum of All Fears players who we have to assume know what they're doing, at least to some degree, and they're not going to be supremely underleveled comparatively for the most part. So, we'll have to see. Regardless, we'll jump in. I'm going to probably start out... I'm going to ping in Discord. What is this? I'll have to do that later. They're taking sign-ups for Cards and Castles 2. For the beta. It was a game that I really liked the premise of. It's not unlike Phobies, but it's basically Phobies with variants, which sounds bad, and realistically I think it is worse due to having the card-based elements, like actual card game elements, like you have a deck and a hand and stuff like that. But, it's tilted yesterday? Yeah, I absolutely was. Honestly, it wasn't the most tilted I've been on stream. But I did a way worse job yesterday of maintaining composure. Like, that was the difference between yesterday's stream and previous ones. Like, the Hunt stream, where it was going really poorly, I was way more tilted. Way more tilted. I've had Phobie streams that I was way more tilted. I just didn't contain it well enough. We'll put it that way. Which is not good. It's not good for the stream. It's not good for the viewership. It's not good for me. So, we'll have to fix that. There were a bunch of first-time viewers yesterday, or first-time chatters yesterday, that notably did not follow. So, I'm sure that had to do with part of it. But yeah, I was absolutely tilted, and I was tilting myself further because, like I said, I didn't stop in a meaningful way. Like, I took a break at one point, and it wasn't really helpful. But I have some ideas on what we're going to do. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to actually do a tilt video, Savadas, in all seriousness. I need to probably redo the balance video at some point. Well, I can't do that. The problem is that what I need to do... Well, what I'm going to do, maybe not what I need to do, but what I'm going to do is, if that scenario happens and we have viewer games to do, we'll do viewer games. If we don't have viewer games to do, which they're pretty much always viewer games, but let's say we don't, or I don't want to do a viewer game where, like, we already did 30 of them in a weekend, I'm going to observe some of the higher level games and try and take notes. I think it'll both be beneficial for the stream, and it will get me out of the funk, hopefully, that I was in at the time. There are a couple other ideas I have on things that we could do, but basically, like, if I take a break, like, literally get up, I'm gonna need, like, 20 minutes, and I can't put a BRB screen up for 20 minutes. Like, I just can't. Yes and no. Like, that would probably tilt me even further, Savadas. I'm not... I talked about this anecdote before, and it was about somebody else, and this wasn't, oh, a friend of mine did this. No, like, it was literally somebody else. Where it was for a card game tournament. It was a larger sized one, but not, like, a huge major one. And the person I knew both people involved. One of them had just lost a match. And then the other guy went up to him and was like, oh, well, you could have done X, Y, and Z, and then you probably would have won the match. And then the person who lost the match just proceeded to absolutely explode. Like, screaming at the top of their lungs, enormous scene. Because when you're in the moment like that, the last thing you need... And again, this is going to be... When I do the video, I'll talk about this, but... Many people, not everybody, because again, everybody's different, but many people are not going to be receptive to not just criticism, but advice or even words of encouragement. Sometimes you just need to sit quietly for a while away from everyone. And people, well-meaning people, and this is not, you know, again, everybody's different. Some people want to have, you know, that they have the support of everybody that they care about, their friends that are there, their family, their whatever, or chat, you know, whatever. Other people, myself included, just need to either go off somewhere and just literally scream, or just like sit quietly for a while and like let the tilt fade. So the idea of like, if somebody were playing clips, I wouldn't hear them. You know, I would see them. But I don't think that would help. That would probably just tilt me further. Because if I'm at that stage, because I was thinking about making a channel point redemption where it would be like, hey, let's do a different thing. And I'm not sure how I want to do it. Because I don't want people to spam it and then I get tilted further and then this stream spirals, sort of thing. So I'm trying to come up with better ways to address it. And I think it just ultimately comes down to me. I am responsible. I have to deal with it. And it has to be originating from me where I say, look, I am aware, and believe me, I'm well aware when I'm tilting. I am aware of the tilt. I need to fix the tilt by doing something else, not continuing to push through unless it's one of those scenarios where I do need to push through. It happens. Like, sometimes I do feel the need to continue pushing through. Yeah, early start tonight. Early start tonight. No, I don't, Savadas, because I can't stand that. I just turn it off. I don't blame... I'm not saying I blame chat for the tilt. I don't mean it to come out that way. I do not think there's a way for me to tilt if I'm actually tilting that's entertaining. And last night was not even really... I'm trying to figure out how to phrase this. Because people have said, like I've stated on stream when I've started to tilt. And people would say, oh, well, it wasn't that bad. And I'm like, yes, because I held it in. It started to come out last night, but I mean, you can tell I'm a very loud person. I'm a very animated person. And that's exactly it, Salesman. Like, I was saying it yesterday, you guys haven't seen anything. If I rage, it's really bad, and I don't want to. I don't want to be angry, because I mean, it's just not good. For a lot of reasons. So, that's why I'm going to try and come up with different strategies, different game plans to avoid it, because it's not beneficial for anybody. So, we're going to jump into Arena to start. There are some game reviews that we have to get done. I do need to edit. I didn't get any editing done today because I was sitting here playing Phobies all day. Like, literally, I basically played Phobies all day. So we'll jump in. We do have an Onda game, so that'll move up in the queue for the game reviews because, you know, we have subscriber bias there. Opening some tier packs to cure some anger for sure. Not for me. Yeah, I actually can't stand opening packs. It kind of tilts me opening packs. Not gonna lie. I say embrace the tilt. No, it's not gonna be good. Like, no one will be here. Literally everyone will leave. And it defeats the point of the stream, Savadas. And I'm not saying that to... I mean, it's kind of funny. But, like, no, nobody would want to be around. I've gotten better, obviously, as I've gotten older. You know, as a kid, like, you know, you have difficulty managing your emotions, right? Like, a kid just doesn't understand how to deal with stuff. And I've gotten better over time. And I thought while I was streaming, like, yesterday was the only time I can think of my streaming career where it felt bad. Like, I've felt bad because I was tilting, and then I was just like, the extra energy expended trying not to just explode was part of it. I could do it in Discord and say, hey, you got to be in the Discord. I mean, people are going to have to be in the Discord anyway. And I'll set up a bunch of rooms, and then people can go to, you know, your table 1, go to room 1. Your table 2, go to room 2. And then stream your Discord or stream to Discord, but not everybody's going to have that set up, and I don't want to put that pressure on people. Especially not for the first event. But I think keeping the variety of... Well, this is not what I wanted to go into. So for Fright Night, I think keeping the variety of the map pool is better. But I don't know if it's reasonable to ask people to complete a game in an hour. Wouldn't a tourney be like 2 hours long if it's a one-shot? It'll be minimum 8 hours. Minimum 8 hours, player. So, because I don't do brackets. Yeah, and mobile's going to be a problem too. I don't do brackets, as in like single or double elimination. You can do it, Uthi, but I imagine it's going to set most people's phones on fire, so I'm not going to make them do that. We technically would only need one player's perspective, so whoever was the PC player, if there was one, would be fine. But yeah, it would be best of 3. I don't want to do best of 1s, which I thought you were talking about like single elim. But yeah, best of 1s would obviously make it faster. I could do, for example, Swiss plus 2, which would be best of 1 games, but then you just add 2 extra rounds. So instead of playing 5 rounds for 32 players, we'd play 7. The time limit would not be an hour. I mean, we could still make it an hour, but I imagine most people, even on a very long game, are taking less than an hour in Arena. Because by definition, it's going to cap it. But I don't think anybody wants to play. See, like, this is what I'm talking about. Shut up, Lippy. And he keeps talking even if you click the thing away. But I don't know that there's any reasonable way to do 2 of 3 with this setup. I don't know. I got to think about it more. I haven't heard back from, and I don't expect to hear on the weekends, but I haven't heard back from them about the proposal that I sent in that I was describing the other day. But we'll see. We'll see. So we're going to go to the Onda game. We'll do a couple game reviews. So Onda here, I beat the Master of Async. All right, our hero here zoning into the orange trunks on Moai. I've absolutely soured on this map very quickly. But we'll see what happens. Ah, nice, Taco. Grats. Best of 1 is fine by me. It allows for quicker tourney, maybe a weekly event, since you'd be doing 1 game review per tourney, so it's not too bad. So my game plan was to do feature matches, and I would probably only do, a few. Definitely am not reviewing every game. The problem is, and I'll pause this so we can give its due. I believe that we can't do more than monthly coffee-based events, as in prizes. I'm not sure. I vaguely recall that limitation. I could obviously run more events, but those are the ones that people are going to want to play in, naturally. And I also, running a weekly tournament, if I have to be around to do it, that's an entire day every week for me. Which, right now, I was talking to Doctor offline, actually. And this is not to say, oh, hey, everybody feels sorry for me, but just to give you the idea. So I started early the last few nights, right? So we started at 6 and we went till midnight yesterday. We started at 6 and went till almost midnight on Friday. So that's 12 hours there. I'm going to go to 10 o'clock tonight, another 4 hours. So that's 16. Then we do another 3 or 4 hours tomorrow. So we'll say 20 hours. Now this is a weekend where I started early, put in extra hours. Normally between 14 and 16 hours a week. Editing any given video is usually 1.5 or 2 times the length of the video. So as a result, any given video, it's just, I'm basically doing 2 full-time jobs. My real full-time job, and then my part-time job for the stream to edit all the videos for the upcoming week. Now, I'm several weeks behind, but the bottom line is that it's just, I do have to change that schedule long-term. I don't know what it's going to be because it's, I don't want to say it's unsustainable because I can absolutely do it, but I also don't want to burn out. So I'm starting to formulate the plan of what do I do to pace myself? Because I don't want to be panicking on any, oh my God, I'm only gonna have 3 videos this week. I gotta edit, you know, like 12 hours of footage and do all this stuff. And like, no, it's fun. I'm not getting, I mean, I have subs on here, so shout out to all the subs. But it's not even a part-time job. I'm not making enough money off of Twitch for it to have any meaningful influence on my life. Like if it came down to keep streaming versus, okay, I got to do other thing, you know, hire an editor, well, I'd have to justify it with the money. I mean, that's what it comes down to. That's what it ultimately comes down to. I mean, right now, it's public knowledge. Like any given sub on Twitch, pre-taxes, I get like $2.50. Then there's taxes. You guys can see, it's over there, down the bottom, pointing to it. Like, you can see how many subs there are. Like, let's be real. Even when Luffy was in Santa Claus mode, like, Twitch doesn't even give you the money until you hit $100. So, for the record, haven't seen it yet. Just saying. At least from this cycle, like, Twitch has paid out before. But we're not talking like I'm rolling in it. Anyway, let's get back to the game. So, Onda, our hero, as mentioned, fairly standard opener. Gonna get the 2 points cap. Bad guy did the same thing. Jin Sting aggressively is also kind of what I do, is going first on this map. The Crushmore follow-up makes sense. I do like Crushmore on the defense here. It obviously allows you to lob, so they can't necessarily position in a great place. And then you could also just block this off, even now if you wanted to just prevent future dives. But we do get an attractor coming out. We saw this earlier tonight in one of my games. Attractor is kind of a big deal. It's kind of a big deal. Honestly, Repeller, I've been trying to force Repeller, but Repeller just hasn't... I haven't had a time where I'm comfortable with it. So we get a Hevo 2.0, another somewhat staple of this map. It's a long-range boop, or a ranged boop, maybe not long-range. The pole here would be considered long-range. But we did see a somewhat re-invade here. It basically just amounts to damage on this Jin Sting. Chai is streaming? Okay, cool. Really depends on the map for Repeller. Honestly, I haven't found a map. I thought this map would be Repeller's map, but it's just... I can't quite squeeze it in. I gotta keep reconsidering my game plan. So getting a little trading going on. Nothing too unexpected here. I do like the Hevo in the north to at least make bad guy consider that something's gonna happen there. Oh, baby. Wait, can you read? Yes, because you can pull this. Oh my god, chat. Get the clip buttons ready for this. We're going to look at his turn again. Oh, baby. This is bonkers. This pull is bonkers. This is an amazing heads-up play by Onda here. We get the statue going down by Crushmore, and a lot of people out there are probably thinking, what the hell is that for? Well, the Hevo's in position to kill this cat, but here's the thing. You can target the statue, and whoops, there goes Hevo. That's a pretty epic play. Like, that's pretty savage. Literally challenge type play? It is. It is, player. That is savage. Yep, that deserves a that is savage. And what's funny is I think Onda was the one who really wanted that. That was that one guy's challenge. Was it literally? I guess ultimately this Hevo died, but this Crushmore, I'll trade Crushmore for Hevo 2.0 as clean as that was. I think that's fair. Completely reasonable. Not literally, but same idea. Fair. Yeah, because Moai probably wasn't in the pool at that point. Blocking AoE. I always look for those plays, but I haven't really been able to set them up. I think on Moai it's a lot better. Definitely didn't expect that. Yeah, I'm with you. There's no way they saw that coming. No way. I guarantee you they're going to look for it in every game from now on. I'm doing the same statue pulls many times, kaboom combo. Nice. I mean, granted, like I said, the Crushmore died for its effort, so it's 8 keys here versus 7 keys here. It's literally a 1 key difference. But that is a... Oh, that hurts. I don't agree with this, though. I don't agree with this, because this lobber can still hit it, and now you've prevented yourself from getting to the lobber. We actually had a spider and a foul show up. I was busy talking about that play, but the spider ends up leading to a takedown on that snowball, and the spider's probably dead as a result. Like, I don't know if that was worth it, but at the same time, it relieves some pressure, or adds additional pressure, I guess would be the better way to put it, on the defenders. Talking about yoinks. We got some yoinks. We got some yoinks. Seems good. Wait, what? Okay. I was like, you're not gonna leave this spider alive, right? It was just so many things were happening. I'm like, oh my god, do you think the spider's dead already or something? But the spider does ultimately die. Spider does ultimately die. Bad guy still has 5 keys left, but this is a foul. A foul that's doing 900 damage a hit. That's going to annihilate the heart in short order. Panic point advantage hero. 4-1, in fact. And sure, you can beat this stuff up, but guess what? You only got 5 phobies, and one of them is going to have some traveling to do. This was pretty cool, Honda. I mean, that play alone was the entire game, right? Honestly, you probably could have put the attractor here, and I get why you didn't put the Eternal Night here, because it could allow, like, you kill the Eternal Night, it dimensional pulls, then they get an extra hit on something else. The attractor could have died, because it would have been here. So this comes in and this comes in, but who cares? If they're sinking 2 attacks into your attractor, then they lose anyway. I mean, it's game, quite obviously. Last turn, and 2,200 health on the heart. Basically, well, not basically, an untouched foul. They're not doing it. GG. Well played. Well played. That was pretty cool. You love to see the attractor plays. I'm still of the opinion that attractors should get nerfed. I'm not sure exactly what the nerf should be. I mean, I've had some ideas, and Chad has suggested some. If you're watching this on YouTube, let me know in the comments, do you think Attractor needs to get nerfed, or do you think it's okay? But I think Attractor personally needs to get nerfed. Alright, Chad, we're looking at a GDFuze game next. I think I'm getting better at Pluto. Got a little Leprechaun action going on. So our hero here is in the blue trunks, zoning in on Pluto. Let's see. Attractor needs to be 0 movement. Yes, that's an appropriate nerf. Think easy two-turn cooldown for Attractor. I think that's fair. I'm a free-to-play player till around stress 55. Yeah, I think you were saying that, Honda. I think you mentioned that before. So Hero's going with a fairly standard opener here. Just Murder Wing, capping the point. Easy recap. I've personally leaned into Unicorn here as well. Hey, Rodizio, welcome back. Attractor's way too good. I agree. Just so I give the replay its due. I could see Attractor also not being an AoE pull. Like, just be a 3-range pull. It might still be too good, but it's better than it is currently. Just get your own Attractor. Yes, I know you're memeing Luffy, but at the same time, I think that it's worth... Alright, on to later. I think it's worth, like, what are the board states it creates? Are they good board states? I don't know. I probably should save all these discussions for after the game review. I don't know how many people watch game reviews that aren't theirs. You know what I mean? So we just get arbitrary 1-drop plus unicorn coming out, and then Gravedigger to break this block here. This is interesting. It does allow for something like Snowball to get in, and then, you know, you're not as bottled up here. Does this happen a lot? This is honestly, I think, the first time I've seen Gravedigger doing this, other than that stupid game we watched between, I forget who, 2 people in Discord that filled up the entire map with obstacles because they could. So naturally the trap goes down. I think you need to, as the bad guy here, you got to prevent your opponent from getting into that position, which they didn't really have any way to do it, namely because of the Gravedigger. But ultimately the cat steps on the stem, so it doesn't matter, because the cat tanks it. But the cat does get a shot on the unicorn, which is potentially problematic. On YouTube, I'm hard-pressed to watch other people's replays. Just watch YouTube versus Twitch for me, though. I like the interaction. That's fair. Maybe also reduce the pole from 3 tiles of distance, too. I think they really want a tractor to be a 3-range pole, which, if that's the main focus, I think you just have to nerf the other parts about it. The cooldown, the damage on it, the health, those middle 2 don't matter. The fact that it's AoE. So we do have another block going down. Despite the opposing Gravedigger break-in blocks left and right, we do have a block going down just to stymie the advance here. That's actually an annoying block. And unfortunately, these traps are just not quite strong enough, so all of these Phobies are actually going to tank the trap and recap the point. Just make it cost more keys? I mean, that's another option as well. Oh, 5 Phobies. I was going to say, why isn't this Gravedigger dead? But 5 Phobies. Oh, no. You set yourself up for the boom!
Clean up. Double damage on aisle 9.
All right, Lippy. I'll give you that one. I'll give you that one. That one's all right, Lippy. Chad, I think we just witnessed the game. Look at this turn. Erratic walks in, and look at all the stuff that's in range. By the way, that's everything in range, except for, I guess, this. But then, boom, with the cleanup, eliminate. Oh, baby, this hurts. Not like this. Not like this. Chad is right. Boom, evaporated. I mean, that was dropping a nuke on their forces. 8 keys banked because bad guy was maxed out for a while. You get a cool play here. You hit the statue in order to eliminate the Gravedigger and damage Erratic a little bit, but Hero here is in complete control. Did my attractor play without the attractor? So we get a Evo 2.0 as the follow-up. That's the remaining keys. No more for bad guy. How is Hero going to answer with their 9? We get a Zappy. So first of all, alright, I can see Evo into Erratic. It's possible you're able to do it. You can lob, you can boop. But this is all open aside from this, so the lob doesn't really matter. But they had a ton of keys, and now it's Evo trying to fight into Erratic and Zappy when you're down 3-1 panic points. So we got a Zappy and a Minotaur. Baby. Bad guy's having a bad day. I don't even know what they do, truthfully, other than just die. Because the Zappy's going to move up to here. You literally can't do anything. I guess you can move forward and boop. And then hope that you survive when you recollapse. So you do get the kill on the unicorn. And they're only going to be able to hit once with one of the electrical phobies. But you're going to lose the Jin Sting here, I imagine. Deadsies. Zappy going in 992 damage, chat. Oof. Big oof. This is another slow demise situation. There's really not much more to add to this because this game was over on that erratic turn. Now, granted, the positioning before that, like, yes, that's the turn that said, oh, the game is over. But everything before that led to that position. Oof moments in chat. Big oof. Big oof. I mean, look at this. What are they gonna do? You got Hevo 2.0 running scared. 940 damage. Minotaur was only level 5. Just got to show him some love. I really like Minotaur. I really like Minotaur. I want to get it. I don't know if it really solves any of the problematic matchups that I have right now, but I mean, you know. Ah, okay, Honda. GG, just like that. Well played, Fuse. Well played. Little Leprechaun victory there. Yeah, I don't know if Minotaur actually solves any of the problems that I've been currently having, specifically against, like, double turrets and stuff. But I feel like Minotaur is pretty good. I like him on this map specifically sometimes. Any of the maps with tight quarters like that, I could see it being good on Red Rum. I could see it being good on Pluto, obviously. Maybe not Flora's Lava. Lights Out could be, because you could get stuff that's clustered. Or you could have multiple things. You know how people line up just on the other side of their lava. So then you just invade and you can at least hit multiple things. Feels like Minotaur is good in small maps with little spaces. Exactly. Exactly. Anywhere where your opponent has no choice but to allow you to AoE stuff. Alright, chat. We'll jump back into Arena. Jump back into Arena. Yeah, exactly, Scrungle. That game was well in hand. That game was well in hand. Fuse, there was no... He'll just hunt? No, we're not going to hunt. Honestly, hunt... I have played it a little bit offline, but I haven't... I don't plan on putting it back on stream for a while. There's too many other games that I want to stream. Like, I really do want to stream Cult of Lamb, but last night just went so poorly that couldn't do it. Cowabunga Collection's coming up in like 2 weeks. Giga Bash, I would like to get it on stream more, but there's just not time. Like, this weekend I was able to, and I was fortunate enough to be able to start early. That's why I could get the Cult of Lamb stuff in. But if I'm only going to have one variety night a week, just not enough time. Not enough time. I was honestly debating... Yeah, Multiverse too. Like, Multiverse is on the list, although I haven't played it that much lately. I haven't played it that much lately. I don't know. No, I gotta check back in, see if they rotated the characters, because they should have by now, to see what ones are available. Because I want to try some of the other casts, but it just... The grind to get new characters just felt atrocious. Because I like Tom and Jerry, but I feel like I've kind of hit a wall with it where I'm not progressing, and I'm not sure why. So I don't really know how to get better with the Tom and Jerry plan. So I want to try other characters. But the grind in Multiverse is just unbelievable. But yeah, Giga Bash is fun. Giga Bash is fun. I'd like to get it on stream. I was debating, chat, on my off days when if I'm relaxing and, you know, I'm just playing games, doing a non-serious stream. Like, not something that's, like, a regular thing. But maybe just turn on the stream because it's like, alright, I'm playing. I'll play for an hour sort of thing. Giga Bash in the lab, like, okay, how do we make a game perfectly fit for Scrungle? Have you been playing it a lot, Scrungle? The Firkin Imposter, true. So I'm okay if creep hit us, but I'm not okay if boom hits us as well. Like, that's a problem. The combination of the two could pose a few different challenges. Maybe Apex? I've literally never played Apex. I don't really... Honestly, I don't really like first-person shooters. I prefer third-person shooters. That's why I like Gears so much. Love at first sight with that game, specifically buying new games you guys will know. Alright. I mean, I really like Gigabash. It's just tough to... like I said, it's just scheduling at this stage. So that's why I was thinking if I'm playing it offline and just kind of screwing around, maybe I stream that, like, offline, sort of thing. Or not offline, but, like, I'll just do an irregular stream, we'll say. We could go Clinico. Our opponent's banking, which is a little scary. They probably boom and cat to kill Cowbell, and then we counter-kill the cat. But it depends on what their follow-up is. Paddle stabby combo win? I mean, is that really a combo? People who use boom are afraid to punch my heart? What? Have you found a correlation with that, Luffy? So, Chad, I've been working on making flight stands. I bought some wire. The idea here is so that I can make, like, the action figures do, like, a jump kick or something like that, and then it's, you know, you can kind of Photoshop it out relatively easily. The answer is Hydra. This is a level 10 Hydra. It does almost 4k health. Like, that's a lot. Holy crap. Konzo, Bonzo, and Smiley. Do I Temptress here? How much does my Temptress do? Does like 600? I might as well just go for... I actually do more damage with my Stairmaster, I think. If only I had Zappy. I could bank to Erratic, and I think that's what we're gonna do. So they can kill this with this and then recap with boom. It'd also detonate here. I'm not worried about that. Like, if they want to do that, that reduces their board presence, so I'm okay with that. I mean, if he wants to send in K9 on it, too, that's even better. Yeah, you have to K9 if you're going to do this. I mean, you could hypothetically snowball. Because, like, this is a dead K9, and I'm going to recap for quote-unquote free. Because I'll send this back up. So this only matters because I can preserve the body. We could go Sparky. That actually is more damage than the Erratic, and it's more mobile. So I don't have to worry about the Erratic accidentally getting caught. Right? How much is my Erratic? 496, 372. So 7, 8, 868. Chat, we're doing it. This is going to be a mistake, but we're doing it. Cassowary won't die unless they have Snowball. They haven't demonstrated a Snowball yet, which, I mean, they could have gotten the this stuff down here with Snowball if they wanted it. Because they won't have enough damage with the jar. Now, don't get me wrong, letting it die to Snowball was also bad. But I think they either don't have it or don't want to use it. Okay. Never mind. You jinxed it, exactly. Precisely. Alright, so they can kill the Stabby now. Now they can't. So the difference here is this means that the I can still hit this with Stabby if they advance at all. I mean, honestly, when I saw the level 10 Hydra, I should have assumed that they were high enough stress level in order to have a Snowball, and then they just weren't using it earlier, as opposed to they didn't have it or were avoiding it. Like, that's the more reasonable way to go about it, but... Yep, we got ours a little earlier, Taco. They have 6 keys. I don't know that we need to do anything yet. Honestly, I think this is a loss, chat. I'm not trying to garner sympathy, but I think this is a loss. Oh, baby. It's time for Rocket Man. I'm not kidding. We're gonna go Rocket Man. Chat goes, oh no, oh yes. Or should I go Foul, chat? I think it's Rocket Man over Foul, but I can see an argument for Foul. Foul kills him in a brisk 11 turns. Well, yes, if it was strictly that. But by that, if we're going by that same metrics, Rocket Man literally never kills him. So. Rusty time? Yep. I mean, Rusty would actually be really funny. Dozer would have been good if we had one more key. I believe in Rocket Man. We'll see, Luffy. We'll see. Gotta find a way to kill this freaking stabby. You should just freeze Serb and then forget about it forever. I mean, that is part of the plan. We're not out of the woods. Even if we freeze Cerberus, we still have to deal with the other stuff. Step 1 is killing the stabby, which is becoming way more difficult than it needs to be right now. This guy needed to be here. I needed to move this, because then it could come in and help with the damage, and we kill this relatively easily this turn. Instead, it's going to be difficult to kill this. Without losing stuff, that is. Like, do I dare risk healing this? Does it matter? It kind of matters. I think we heal it. Oh, no, it doesn't. Never mind. Oh, come on, game! Body block from the pole. We could. We could. I kind of want to let him hit it with this. Actually, no, we need to body block because they can kill it with this. Because they can kill it with this and then it... Like, now this is actually in a decent position. They have to shuffle around in order to advance, but... See, like, this is really bad. But yeah, I was running out of time on that turn, or otherwise it would have looked way different, clearly. It might still be okay, he said, hopefully. Because they have to somehow get the one movers past Rocket Man and Sparky. Because if they choose not to send in the Hydra, we tee off on Cerberus. I don't know if we kill it fast enough, but we're going to try. We might win with the panic points. We have a few turns before that's a realistic possibility. I mean, yeah, it's not impossible, but it's not very likely. Alright, so we do the obvious. Rush the heart. I mean, I can't, because I can't get past them, but... You might be able to kill Hydra. I mean, I can't this turn. Because if I don't freeze this, then... Actually, I do kill Hydra, but... Then we leave Cerberus running amok. Like, this is fine, I think. But yes, we could have killed Hydra, because with the Rocket Man there, between the Rocket Man damage output... This would be at 1,000. Yeah, we would have killed Hydra. Cerberus would have walked up and whacked something, but nothing dies. Honestly, I'm going to leave Cerberus... I'm going to kill the Hydra, and then I'm going for the heart. Wait, where were you? We're just killing Hydra now. Like, I don't care as much about Jill. Yeah, we're going for the heart. We're getting there. Assassin Clinico. You love to see it. Wait, how much health did you... Wow, you came back with a lot more health than I thought you were going to. So it's like 1,300. I'm not gonna screw around. Like, I could kill it, but who cares? We're just gonna go hard. Chad gameplay. I've never won because of Rocket Man times change. Yes, I have officially now can say that Rocket Man won me a game. That is accurate. It's true. The stories are true. I have won a game because of Rocket Man. That's game. Yes. That would be accurate, Taco. That would be accurate. I mean, let's be real. Our opponent was memeing a bit because they went Cerberus plus Hydra. Like, I don't know what to tell you at that point.
Victory is almost ours.
GG.
Fear and watch them cower.
Here we go, chat. We got a W. What would you have done if you didn't go Rocket Man? So what did they go first? They went, Hydra first, right? I think they went Hydra first, so I was originally gonna go... No, because I got the Sparky to answer the Hydra. Then they followed up with Cerberus, so I could have just gone Sheep. And probably win that game. For 2 less keys. It would have been more stressful. Yeah, I was considering the Erratic in the Sparky slot. But instead of going Rocket Man, I could have just gone Sheep and been fine. I probably could have just gone Stairmaster. Like, any ranged 2-move thing eventually kills it. 3,800 HP. That's true. We would have done 1,800. So then it's 2k, which is still a lot of health. But at that stage in the game, we had multiple things that could damage it. And as long as you can kite it, that's all that matters. So having a 2-move range phobie is all you need. Because they'll never catch you. Rocket Man's still a better option to make it Cerberus can heal a lot. Only if you let it hit things. So compared to the other game that Cerberus showed up in, I was already backed into a corner by the rest of the team. So Cerberus coming in was just putting the nail in the coffin. In this one, they were leaning on Cerberus to like lead the charge. So I could just kite it all day, kind of thing. There's going to be a phobia with 3 actions. Everyone's going to be all over that. You can already... There is one. It's Paddles. It just gives an action to a different phobia. So technically, every phobia but Paddles has 3 actions, hypothetically. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a phobia that did legitimately have baseline and extra action. But the problem with it would be is I expect it's just going to be horrendous. It would be a balancing nightmare. It's either going to be so good that everybody uses it every game, or it has to be so bad that nobody ever wants to use it because an extra action is redonkulous. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous. Alright, chat. I think one more arena game. I think we'll jump in the arena a little bit more. Sucky Castleway Primate. I thought of a phobia that could choose not to attack but could move in extra time instead. That'd be interesting. Charge gives an extra action. Yeah, I could see that. Because there's a move and an attack in one. It's a limited 3 action. I think that's a reasonable comparison, DT. I actually thought of a funny phobie if they ever run a phobie contest, like create a phobie contest, like they did create a map and all that stuff. Oh, it's DT. So here's the idea, chat. The phobia I have in mind would modify how poison functions. While that phobia is in play, poison would trigger at the end of all players' turns. So basically, your poison and your opponent's poison would trigger on both your turn and your opponent's turn. And I want it modeled after the Stinky Cheese Man. Shout out to anybody who remembers that. That's why I don't think they're going to change the baseline poison mechanic on that, but I wouldn't be surprised if they changed the... we're going to go Cassowary. I wouldn't be surprised if they had a phobia that modified it. Like, that sounds reasonable. I got a phobia idea as well, but I can't use the phobia make or toast make because it's not compatible with my device. I didn't realize there were limitations, but honestly, I haven't looked at Toast Phobia Maker. Sounds like a rare to ultra rare to me. It absolutely would be just because of the complexity, not necessarily because it's good. So its name would be Cheesy. I kind of want something related to stink in the name, because that seems appropriate, right? DT's on to me. DT knows what I'm trying to do. So it's not the double turret that I want, but I don't want to get trapped here with another one mover. Oh, it's a file you download? Okay, Taco. I didn't realize that. So this hits for 4, 7, 11. You won't die, which is the only thing we care about right now. Hold on. We need something that can actually push damage, but not immediately croak. I guess it's gotta be you. This has got to move down because otherwise DT can invade and kill it. The combination of these three. DT's already disrupted my usual game plan for this map, so I'm not real excited about what I have to do here. Still has 15 keys on their side. This is not good. This is not good. Muffin's not going to get it done because they're going to be able to deal like 1 billion damage between these. I have to go Clinico if I want it to live. I don't even know if this heals it enough. Yeah, this is enough. Turrets are good. Turrets are good. I got away from the game plan I wanted to try. I needed to get Unbearable online instead of the Jin Sting. And I don't know that I'm going to be able to do what I want to do at this stage. That's exactly it, Scrungle. I've used Eternal Night for that exact purpose a lot. It's very efficient at that. Possibly should have popped out a 1 key just to try and cap this point. Like, I can't siege into this. Because I don't get enough surface area without exposing something. And if I try and put anything into range, it's just going to die. We're going to have to go for it at some point, so that is not where I wanted to be.
Oh, that will leave a mark.
Game, please. I'm just deciding which thing I want to kill the stabby. I have to decide quickly.
That feels like a breakthrough.
So we lose at least 2, maybe 3 Phobies. Because they can kill this, then they kill this. It's just a matter of where the damage lands.
Spectacular.
It's gonna hurt for DT in some way. I don't know. I think I come out with the short end of the stick in this exchange. Can't snowball it because of the range, because the jar is here. But you can baby Snaky to body block. That is a thing you can do. 1600 health baby Snaky. That thing is tanky. We need something to take down Bo Mangles quickly. I really don't like Sparky, but I hate Baby Snaky with a passion. Why is that? Now it seems like a foul moment. Why would I want foul into this team? To, like, disease the Murder Wing? I wanted to bank for Hevo, but I feel like I need something right now. What? Taco, you are really into the names. It's hilarious. I mean, it is a meme, but like, this is some next level memery. So if I go after this Bomangles, we're actually dead, I think. Unless I can one-shot it, which I don't think I can. Oh no, we can, never mind.
Spectacular.
Okay, we might be in business, chat. Is Quandale dead? Jesus, what? Chat is being weird again. Chat, you're really weird sometimes. I love it. But you're real weird sometimes. GGDT? I don't know. I've thrown games from better positions. You think that's next level memery? Oh, you sweet summer child. Well, compared to what we normally have. I mean, weird is fun. As long as we keep it the fun kind of weird. You know, I think everybody knows what I mean. I mean, you have to admit that there was some effort put into that meme. Which, by the way, if you're watching this on YouTube and you don't know what we're talking about, come by the live stream, RTChompGG over on Twitch. Link in the description. Likes and subscribes help. No, seriously, they help. Trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. Mom, chat's got crackhead mode again. Chat's being wild. First this. Game? Chad, if we win this, I've won 2 games tonight with Sparky. What planet is this? Gin stink on their jar again? I don't know if you're intentionally memeing Scrungle. Like, are you intentionally misspelling that, or was that a typo? J and G, or the G and K keys are not that close on a keyboard. Probably means you need to play Sparky all the time now. Sounds like a song lyric. I just want to Sparky all the time. So, I've talked about this game before, GGDT. GG. I've talked about this game before, but I don't know if people remember Monday Night Combat, but Taco talking about, get a little chomp action for that one. Taco, you talking about that just reminds me of Mickey Cantor, who was the announcer in Monday Night Combat, or Grim Blitzrow, who's the announcer in Mutant Football League. And we get a lot of chomps for that one. A lot of chompage. Top 50, chat. Top 50 for now. For now. I guess you could do that, Scrungle, if you want to replace the keys on your keyboard. Oh, I didn't update the... We'll do a game review. We'll do a game review. Chat, what do you feel about switching to... doing a game review and then switching to Cult of the Lamb? What are chat's thoughts on that? Oh, we actually have somebody new. We have somebody new to this. New to game reviews, I mean. We're going to definitely do at least one game review. There are no notes for this game. No notes for this game. Level 24, level 23 at the time, and we'll jump in. So our hero here is zoning into Scoposium in the orange trunks, it's Cotter. What did Mac Attack ever get from the 300 packs? I don't know. I don't know if Mac Attack has opened them. That's just going to take legit a long time to do. Been waiting so long to see the game. I played it the other day, Anna. I played it on Friday. But for this game, lower stress levels, so we're not going to see snowball openers. We're not going to necessarily see what you're used to on Scoposium. We're getting some more pure, we'll call it, Phobies gameplay. So we get, honestly, a very eclectic bunch of Phobies. We get a Spud, Cat, and Maggie from our hero. The Maggie does allow capping panic points early. But we get a Cottontail, not Flopsy, Cottontail. Cat, Jar, and Gesundheit from Bad Guy through their turn 2. Ginseng's the follow-up. Makes sense. Ginseng's pretty solid. We've talked about it before. Ginseng shows up, honestly, chat, and viewers watching at home, let me know, how many games have you played, obviously post-stress level requirement for Ginseng, but how many games have you played where Ginseng has not shown up? I'd imagine it's not too many. Also, our bad guy here may not be aware that this phobie is not going to heal on the spa, although, I mean, it was leeching life, but this is a dead... you didn't have to do this. So, what they could have done, and I kind of understand, you could have just sent something onto your own panic point here. We'll see what the follow-up is, but then you can still get this here. You could put both of them here, the Ginseng and the Spud, but then something's going to get hit by Gesundheit, Jar, and this, and the Gesundheit's going to be on the stim. So, you probably don't want to do that. Yeah, it's still in the map rotation. Still in the map rotation. So, we get a Hebo follow-up. Now, it's funny because people... I feel like there's this sort of bell curve where, like, you don't respect the lava tiles because who cares? And then, oh god, I can't stand on lava, I can't stand on lava, I can't stand on lava. And then it comes back down to, like, okay, no, there are definitely times where you want to be on the lava. It doesn't matter. Oh, you meant the tournament game? Onda? Yeah, I reviewed those yesterday. They're going to go up as a separate video, probably on Wednesday. I'm going to try and edit them all tomorrow. So in the meantime, we get a Flesh Crawler from Bad Guy. We get a Flesh Crawler from Bad Guy. Obviously, the Hevo came out already. So here's the question. Does Hevo have 3 legs or 4? I think it's only 3. Because we were talking about Cowbell, and Cowbell seems to have 4 legs. We're asking the big questions here, chat. Do we get a Sparky follow-up? I mean, I'm starting to respect Sparky more. Starting to respect Sparky more. This is kind of interesting. I think this might be a dead Spud, though. Yeah, this is a dead Spud. Or not. Our hero here just does not care about lava, and I love it. There's no respect for the lava whatsoever. Admittedly, Hevo can tank it a bit. And we get a Boo Fairy follow-up and a Sheep because we had a bank to 10 keys. Alright, I see you. I see you. You think the 4th leg got covered with the 2nd leg in front? It might. It might just be perspective. So the Boo Fairy... So this can tank the lava. The reason that matters is you can kill the Bachelor with the Spud or Maggie, I guess. Free that space up, slide in Boo Fairy, power this down, and then it's probably going to do literally 0 damage to Hevo. Yeah, it messes with your head, doesn't it, Scrungle? I realized that a couple weeks ago. I was talking about it. Yeah, Sparky only has 2 toes, but... So the difference with Sparky compared to, like, Chuck... is Sparky is clearly, it's a monster, right? Chuck was stitched together, we don't know from what, But whoever stitched Chuck together elected to actively only give them like 2 toes. And I want to know, I want to see the blueprint for the Frankenstein monster, because remember, Frankenstein is the actual monster in that book, that Frankenstein had to put together Chuck. Because what was the imperative to only have like 2 toes? These are the important questions in the world of Phobies, chat. I hope people watch the other people's game reviews, because I'm getting a lot more of this stuff in here now. So you had to kill this thing with the Spud, not the Maggie, in order to ensure that the Boo Fairy could power it down, but our hero here is elected to just get up on it and then bash it with the Hevo. They built one arm and started... I mean, that's absolutely true. Chuck looks like the Charger zombie from Left 4 Dead 2. Where he has one enormous arm and then one, like, shriveled one. Kind of smart, though. Unlikely for you to stub your toes. True. It's all about thinking ahead, Taco. So Sparky ran away bravely. Recapping points. Heart health is still 760 to 9k. Wow, literally no heart health damage done. But we do have an attractor, which is, I have to imagine, an absolute terror at this stress level. It's a terror at every stress level, but here it's got to be even worse, because it's just like... Maybe I have to wonder if people at low stress level just don't respect it. But anyway, we see the sheep go down, and it gasses the flesh crawler here. It actually almost lives, but the combination of these 3 does lead to a dead sheep. And we have a Smiley. Wow, our bad guy here actually has some pretty scary phobies. I would not want to be near a Chuck that stubbed its toe, and by near I mean within 100 miles. True. He's got that long reach. So what is the answer here to the Smiley, or the attractor for that matter? I don't know about this. I mean, I guess this Spud is not long for the world anyway. Oh, no. Oh, okay. I was going to say, does our hero think that you can cure disease? Because you cannot do that. Alligator follow-up. 1 key to 4 remaining. Get the yoink here.
That's what I call crowd control.
Still 1,000 health on it, though. Still 1,000 health. I don't know why the Boo Fairy came over here. Like, why was the Boo Fairy even over here? It should have been over here. This is where all the action is. I like these games, so many possibilities and chaos. True. That is absolutely true. Unfortunately, you can't get the leap to end up on the stim to get another attack, but you do get the takedown on the flesh crawler thanks to the earlier sheeping gas poison, so that sheeping gas is paid off. What is Boo Fairy doing? Like, why is this Boo Fairy standing all alone, like the stinky cheese? When's the next sale for Phobies? It sounds like there'll be one for Halloween, at the very least. They did mention that in the patch notes. Phobies self-defense course #1. If you get attacked by Chuck, just call him a Charger from Left 4 Dead 2 looking ass. And while he's in shock, stomp on his 2-toed legs. That concludes our first Phobies self-defense course. I hope you're also the Flash, because when he recovers, you may still be in range. He may still be in range. I had to read that out. I'm sorry. So Smiley has gotten a lot of mileage this game. Smiley's gotten a lot of mileage this game. It's poison 3 or disease 3 phobies at least. We're getting a bunch of damage going down on Sparky, but not quite enough to actually kill it. Smiley finally bites it. Phobie self-defense tip, never call Hevo tin can. True story. Phobie defense tip number 3, don't take misanthrope out drinking. Doesn't like people. So I do appreciate our hero here getting the value out of the disease phobies, and this comes down to, like I was saying earlier, I wonder at these lower stress levels, do you just not respect certain things? And I'm not saying that that's what's happening, but there didn't seem to be a whole lot of fear going on with regards to Smiley. They avoided Smiley to a degree, but for the most part, it was just like, nah, I'm still going after stuff, even though Smiley can come in. Now the other flip side is it's that the disrespect is intentional, and it's just, okay, yes, I'm disrespecting it, but I don't care because I'm getting the value out of it. So either way, shout out to our hero here with some strong plays. Because at this point, the forces have been whittled down over the course of several turns because our bad guy has been on the retreat for, like, basically the whole game. They swung up through the south here on the east side and then just had to sprint away, and it just didn't work out. They were probably counting on Smiley putting in much more work. But honestly, the life leech from this and then the just the general health from Ginsting has kept it alive. Those phobies went, yeah, they got mad cow. They went nuts. They got rabies. You know, you think you're giving them a very terminal illness, but in fact, I mean, rabies could be terminal, but like something that's going to get them quicker. In this case, it turned out to be rabies, and they just went ham.
See those sparks fly.
There are a lot of unique Lippy lines. I can't believe there's a line for, I assume that's all electric phobies, but I can't believe there's a line for electric phobies. GG, well played. Honestly, there was a lot of good positioning in that game. I think it was leveraging the, what your opponent offered up to you. And like I said, the appropriate amount of disrespect for some of the things that bad guy was putting on the board. So GG. If you play Ted and Jill, Lippy will say something too. I imagine that was going to be the case. So, chat. We got a couple arena wins. We got 2 game reviews. This will end up being a shorter stream for YouTube. And the reason for that, YouTube, if you made it this far, is because we're going to be doing a little bit of variety action. We're going to be switching over for Cult of the Lamb for a little bit. If you want to see those, you can check it on the playlist that I'll set up by the time this actually makes it to YouTube. But you can check that out. Also here on the Randoms Thoughts YouTube channel. Likes and subscribes do seriously help. Not just saying that. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subs. If you want to see some live Phobies action or other games, hit up the Randoms Thoughts Discord and my live stream. RTChompGG. All the links are, of course, down in the description. But for this Phobie session, we're going to call it. So as always, everybody, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And Black Lives Matter.